What's going on, my peeps? I'm back. So I'm on 11th Avenue. I was supposed to wait for the M12, but the M12 not getting here till 8:42. So, I was gonna catch the M12. It's 5 minutes, so I supposed to get to the stop. Wait, hold on. He's leaving it. The driver's leaving in 5 minutes, so the bus is 17 minutes away. So I supposed to take the M12 today and get off at the last stop, West 12, and then I supposed to go down 8th Avenue into Greenwich. I was supposed to go to Greenwich Street. So, and yeah, I was supposed to go down, stay in the city today, but unfortunately, I guess I have to take a different route today. So I probably would do the M34, the M34, and then I got 2 minutes. I'm not gonna get there in 2 minutes. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna wait for the 22-minute one, and then so I'm gonna like walk for a little bit because the bus ain't getting here, or like walk for a little bit. I'm just gonna give you updates on what's going on with the 2nd of October because there was some miscommunication with the staff members at M&M. The lady doesn't know how to organize a professional way how to do business, and when I come there, they like how I organize things professionally. When you put the date that you want and you get the date that you want, that's how it works. You can't just put a day and then you plan it, and then when you book something, they have to meet up. If you're planning something for the 2nd of October, you have to meet up in September to book everything, to organize everything. That's how I do this. This is how I do business. The lady told me she's going to get back to me on the October 2nd, but the 3rd is happening. Let me tell you, October 3rd is actually happening. Because we're having a meeting on September for October 3rd. The meeting's going to be taking place. I got to meet up with everybody who's going to volunteer. We're going to meet up at the studio. I'm going to set it up. We're going to meet up at the studio. I asked Anna Marie to sign your guys in and then whatever. And we meet up and sit down and talk about what we're going to work with as far as the venue and all that stuff like that. So that's kind of good. Just to clarify a couple of things that I'm trying to clarify. So she said to me at the studio, she said, "Is it September 2nd?" I said, "No, it's October 2nd." She said, "Oh, somebody booked something on the day that you put on the flyer." I said, "That doesn't make any sense because if I told you I wanted to do it on the 2nd, because I did mention to her I want to meet up to discuss something about October 2nd. She said, "Okay, fine." She said, "Let's do it." I said, "Okay, fine." We sat there. I spoke to her and I said, "We need to meet up to discuss because I want to do something for First Friday." And I wrote the date that I wanted, and I said I want to do it in October. I did tell her in front of Anne-Marie when I was talking to her. I said I want to do something in October the 1st. Sorry. She said, "Okay, fine." Then she tells me that somebody else booked the day that I told her that I wanted the day. I said that's not organizing business. That's like kind of like you don't know how to organize certain type of things. And that's what I said, you know? In my mind, I'm like, listen, what is sense of me putting an event together that I worked so hard for to drop this plan that I have on me and for me to get everything together and to make some income for myself? I mean, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's the disrespect what people don't understand. You feel me? And I'm like, you telling me that some person booked an event that they didn't organize, they didn't do any organization, they don't do any flyers, they don't do that. I did it professionally because I was raised to do professional business. You feel me? But I'm like, listen, you don't know how to operate certain things, you know? I'm not gonna like argue with people. I'm just gonna let it go and just move on. But October 2nd, I have a question mark on that. But the 3rd is happening, all right? The 3rd is happening. I'm gonna email Kiana today because I gotta tell them the truth about that woman. Because the thing about it is, when I speak to her, I said, I would like to do something at the Manhattan neighborhood. I put the flight, I'm gonna get the flights to get it, work on everything to set it up for me to get everything done. You know? She said, okay, fine, we're gonna do it. So then she mixed up the date and said, okay, it's the 2nd. I said, no, it's the 2nd of October. She said, oh, we put something for that day already. I said, that doesn't make any sense because we spoke about it when we was back when we was doing Anne-Marie's show, when I did Anne-Marie's show. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't make any sense to me to feel like, okay, we're doing something and this is what mental health is about. It's called dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is dysfunction because you don't know what you're doing. Before you write something down, you create. First of all, when you're doing a business, you create a flyer. You get the date set. You show them the date that you want, and you give them the flyer so they could understand the right to keep it noted down on the date that you want. You know what I'm saying? But it's not they unorganized or certain type of things that they unorganized there, and that's the reason why they said to me, I like how you roll, and they said I like the way how you roll. That's the way how I do business. You can't just come to, let's say I can't come to Javits Center and say, oh, let me talk because I like to talk this. I can't come to Javits Center and say, oh, I want to book an event at Javits, and I don't go down and put the business and put what I need done and don't create the flyers and don't do this. That's the same thing I told Anna. That's the reason why I need her help on this, because I feel like it's full of BS to me that you're doing certain things for cult. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't feel like, okay, we're doing things and we're not professionally doing it the correct way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's full of BS to me that what you're doing is full of cult and you don't see what you're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it. So I said to Latoya and Taneka, I need you guys to help me out with this because I really want to do this event and I really want my mom to be proud of me because my mom has been down lately and I want her to be happy. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want my mom to feel like she's left out and everything. I'm doing this stuff for my mom because my mom is, my best friend and shit like that. And you know how it is. But, when you go through certain things in your life, you just have to understand you need your mom. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, But they don't get that shit. They don't get that part about needing your moms. Because your mom was an inspiration to your life. Your mom was there to help you and protect you through all the negative. You feel me? I just missed the bus. The next one's coming right now. And he's not leaving for 22 minutes, yeah. So I'm saying it's not okay what I just heard today. So I'm just letting you guys know the 3rd is happening. The 3rd is happening. 2nd is a question mark for the 2nd. But let me tell you this shit. I'm going to tell you this shit. They're unorganized there and they need some structure, discipline. Eminem Necklace is unorganized. They need discipline. To be honest with you, they don't care about, it's all about it's not about being fair, but you need to be understandable of what you're doing is called. You know what I'm saying? It's not even right what they're doing. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't change the fact that what you're doing is called. What you're doing is not right for business. You feel what I'm saying? But if I do something that's not fair and I organize correctly and I'm doing it to organize myself, I'm going to organize myself, but I'm not going to do it for certain things to get ahead in life. That doesn't work like that, but I'm doing it for what? For the betterment of my life and the betterment of what it is. You feel me? And that's what it is. They don't know how to organize professionally. That's the reason why I came up here to say that. Because they don't know how to organize, and it's like you can't organize an event if you don't know what you're doing. And that's the problem with these people. They don't know how to organize an event, and they don't know what they're doing. So that's the reason why I just didn't say nothing to her. So, I just feel like I just want to come on here and say that. All right, so we are at the West 34. We headed in the city right now. We're going to stay in the city today, so we're heading to the location right now, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your night. For me.